Hey everybody, it's Pat Collins, aka the Big PH. Wow! Shut that fucking door so I don't have to hear that washer. And I'm bringing you the February pay-per-view for $19.99 in your house, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Now, this pay-per-view is a culmination of a couple of big feuds in the WWF at the time. It's the pinnacle of the Vince McMahon Stone Cold feud, and also the pinnacle of the Rock Mankind feud. And also a lot of other good stuff. This is a really good pay-per-view. I really miss the In Your House stuff. I think they put on a good contest every time. But okay, so we started off with Goldust versus the Blue Meanie, who in this incarnation of himself is playing Blue Dust. Now, one thing I can say about the Blue Meanie is there's a lot of people in this business. I can kind of tell, like, nowadays I compare it to Zack Ryder, who just love wrestling, just love this business. They don't care what they gotta do as long as they're doing what they love and they're happy, even if they're jobbing out every single night. Hey, check out the shirt. It's raw in it. Oh yeah. Anyway, so the Blue Dust and Goldust have a little entertaining opener. Blue Dust obviously does the job as the Blue Meanie usually does, and Goldust wins with some Shattered Dreams. Boom. And after that is the Hardcore Championship, Al Snow versus, at the time, Bob Holly, after he was known as Sparky Plug, before Hardcore Holly. And this is actually how he would get Hardcore Holly, because tonight he would win the Hardcore Championship in a really good hardcore match that reminds me, like, why I miss the belt so much and why I miss those matches so much. Now, it's just such a shame that we can't even say hardcore anymore in this PG era. We have to say Extreme Rules or whatever, no holds barred. Like, you can't say hardcore. Like, and these guys were hardcore. They brawled all over the arena. They took it outside. They fought in the Mississippi River because they were in Tennessee in the Pyramid that night. And Hardcore Holly wraps Al Snow up in some chicken mesh wiring and pins him 1, 2, 3. He didn't have a chance. And that is how he became Hardcore Bob Holly. And one of my favorite spot of the entire match was where they picked up a no parking sign and they broke the no parking sign. And I was like, oh shit, they just committed a felony. They're both going to jail tonight. Like, I wonder if Vince McMahon had to pay that ticket. And then there was also, like I was saying in the last pay-per-view, in the 99 and 98, there was a lot of factions. So this was another continuation of the faction wars, of the Corporation versus the Ministry, Big Boss Man versus Midian, which I'm not very sure who Midian is, but this match didn't really impress me, and it doesn't want me to go and actually look who Midian is. They had just like a boring match, whatever. Who cares? Big Boss Man wins. But afterwards, the Ministry jumps the Boss Man. After that, we got the tag team titles. We have Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett versus D'Lo Brown and Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry. Now, I took away from this, Mark Henry loves pussy. And hey, I can relate to that. You can relate to that. Everybody can relate to that. Who doesn't love pussy? You know, man, woman, child, well, maybe not child, but man, woman, everybody loves women. Everybody loves pussy, and I do too. So go ahead with your bad self, Mark Henry. And he had a couple women fighting over him. Hey, we all know how that is. Am I right? Am I right? But another thing, Owen Hart reminds me a lot of Jack Swagger. Now, a lot of people could get insulted by that, but I think you know, Jack Swagger could be in the likes of Owen Hart. He's a really good amateur wrestler, not so great on the mic. It could be the same guy, and, you know, I just hope that Jack has a longer career than Owen does. We all hope so. And, Jeff Jarrett, the most overrated wrestler of all time. Can you believe that Jeff Jarrett actually had his own company? That he was the NWA champion for, like, ever? Like, Jeff fucking Jarrett. How does he win? Him with his fucking Honky Tonk Man ripoff. Like, Honky Tonk Man probably is hot as fuck over Jeff Jarrett, stealing his fucking guitar shots. And that's how this match was won, with a guitar shot to Mark Henry's leg. And then he put him in the figure 4 lock. Who the fuck gave Jeff Jarrett permission to use the finger for. I don't think it was Rick. I don't know who, but whoever it was should just slap. I wish I could slap the fuck out of him, because he doesn't deserve to use that move. Jeff fucking Jarrett. Fuck Jeff Jarrett. After that is Val Venus versus Ken Shamrock. Now this storyline revolved around Val Venus giving it to Ryan Shamrock, who people are probably like, oh, what is Val Venus gay? No, Ryan Shamrock is Ken Shamrock's sister, and she is fine as all hell. Oh my gosh, like, if you don't know, like, this girl, this pay-per-view is worth it just to see what this girl looks like. Damn! I don't know how Ken Shamrock, that ugly ass motherfucker, like, there must be something in his genes because his sister's smoking. Damn. Shit. Okay, let me get back on track. So these guys have a match. For some reason, Billy Gunn, badass Billy Gunn, is the referee. Don't know why, but he was the most entertaining part of this match. Like, cause he was just like 1, 2. He's just the worst referee ever. He took like 3 seconds to get into position of every pinfall, and then would do slow counts every single time. Like, he didn't care for either guy. He was just chilling, doing his thing. I think he was just out there because he wanted him a piece of Ryan, and I don't blame him. Val Venus walks away with this one because Ryan runs a little interference. Ken pushes Billy. Billy hits him, throws him in the ring. Val Venus gets the roll up, and he does a quick count, 1, 2, 3, and then Billy Gunn gives the famouser to Val Venus. So why was he out there? I guess he was just out there to fuck shit up. DX style, boy. After that, you know what? Ryan Shamrock. But after that, we got the DX versus Corporation. Triple H and X-Pac versus Chyna and Kane. Chyna left DX. She left Triple H high and dry. And, X-Pac. I'm not sure. But I think at the time, they were both tag team in Chyna. I seen the video with X-Pac and Chyna in it. And I've seen her plenty of times taking a cock up the ass, so I'm sure she probably got double teamed a couple of times, triple teamed, gang banged out by all members of DX. Hey, I'd fuck Chyna. Whatever, whatever. I'd fuck her now. Now, I don't even care. It's Chyna. Who wouldn't be like, yeah, I fucked the 9th wonder of the world. Ooh, 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 ooh. But, Triple H pinned Chyna. It was, Chyna pinned Triple H after a choke slam, and you could tell this was before he married into the family, because if he was Mr. Stephanie McMahon at this time, there's no way in hell he would have been doing the job to Chyna. No way in hell. Like shit, he hasn't done the job. Well, he did the job to Brock Lesnar, and he's probably going to be doing the job to Daniel Bryan. But Triple H doesn't do the job. No, you get on your knees and suck God's dick. God don't do it the other way around. That's how it is. After that, we had the culmination of The Rock and Mankind's feud in a last man standing match, and these guys put on just a hell of a contest. Their whole rivalry was just insane. They elevated each other so much, and especially with their I Quit match. This wasn't as good as the I Quit match, but this was still a really good match. With The Rock, getting on the mic, he's just so entertaining. Every time he gets on the mic, he hops on the announce table, entertaining as all hell. Like, you can't... The Rock is just one of those guys, man, that it only comes around once in a generation, and he was never going to capture that magic when he came back, a couple years ago, but it was good. It's good to relive those moments, relive the moments of what made The Rock so fucking great. This match ended. Both the guys had a steel chair, and they ran at each other and whacked each other. Now, Mankind caught Rock full in the head, and Rock just kind of hit Mankind in the shoulder, but they both fell. Both got the 10 count. And I'm pretty sure Rock was knocked the fuck out from that chair shot. Like, I guess Mankind wanted to pay him back for the 10 chair shots that he delivered to him the month before. Well, this was a really good match. But now to the main event. This whole pay-per-view was set up basically just for Austin McMahon in a steel cage. There can be no corporate interference. If there is, then Austin automatically wins. And this was McMahon put his #1 contendership up on the line in this match. Now it takes a while for this match to get going. They run around the ring because McMahon's scared. They run around the ring. They don't even get in the cage. The bell doesn't even ring. Before the match doesn't even start, and they're already carting McMahon, trying to take him to the back on a stretcher because they're fighting on top of the cage, and Stone Cold throws McMahon off the top of the cage, and it's the black cage, which I love the black cage a little bit more than the blue cage. Okay, it's probably tied. The blue cage, black cage. I just don't like the regular silver cage. I like the old school cages. So they fight. He throws him down, hits the table, crashes into it, and these guys, man, they just give it their all. And it's just a brawl. He's whooping his ass, and now the crowd's going crazy. When they do finally make it into the ring, he's still beating his ass. A couple of times he goes to escape, and McMahon gives him the finger. The only person that's going to have the last finger is Stone Cold. So he goes back in, whoops his ass, pop, 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 mud hole, all stomped up in it, all over the place, mud holes everywhere, all over Vince McMahon's body. So this is what happens. At the very end, it looks like Stone Cold's gonna win, but no, who shows up out of nowhere but Paul White? Now who the fuck's Paul White? I'll tell you who Paul White is. It's the Big Show with a mullet. That's who Paul White is, and Paul White comes in, runs some interference, and you think, oh, McMahon's got this in the bag, right? No. Big Show throws Stone Cold into the side of the cage, and the cage opens up. It opens up, basically almost collapses upon itself, and he hops to the floor. Stone Cold versus The Rock, WrestleMania 15, and we all know and we all might know how that's going to turn out, but that's a great fucking show. But overall, I really like this pay-per-view. I thought it was great. I thought there was going to be a lot more blood going into it, because I didn't really remember it from my childhood, but I thought there was going to be a lot more blood. The only blood was like a little cut that McMahon gave himself after Stone Cold threw him into the cage, and I was like, next time, I've seen McMahon bleed so much worse than that. Like, dude, what are you, a pussy? Next time, take the blade to your forehead. Come on, go New Jack about it. Just do it. Don't be a pussy. But I thought this was a really good show. It centered around the two matches, and it had all the matches were entertaining in their own way, except for one. And they had good stories, and it furthered storylines along, and it was a great blow off to the McMahon Stone Cold feud. So yeah, overall, really good. Definitely worth a watch. For anyone out there. That's pretty much all from me, Pat Collins, the Big PH, signing off. The next time will be at WrestleMania 15 with the main event of The Rock as the corporate champion versus Stone Cold. So, that'll be uploaded here in a couple of days. But yeah, go check out In Your House 1999, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. It's worth a watch, worth a rewatch if you've already seen it. And yeah, Attitude Era for life. Man, I miss it. I miss the Attitude Era so much. Like, one thing I didn't mention, I just want to mention real quick, is that in the beginning of the McMahon Austin match, he chokes him with a wire from the camera, and I was like, Daniel Bryan got suspended for choking somebody with a tie, and he's just blatantly choking this old man with a wire. That is what I love about the Attitude Era. That is why I hate the PG era. Like, why can't we just do stuff like that anymore? Like, give the fans what they want. They want to see someone choked out. We want blood. It's just what we want. Why are we upset? Why are we violence obsessed people? Don't know. That's why UFC is so much more popular than WWE right now. That's why we need more legit, more hardcore, and more real storylines, matches, and personas. And until we get that, WWE is just going to be where it is now and not where it could be. But that's all for me, Pat Collins, aka the Big PH, signing off. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. You know how it is. Pieces.